you. I trust you're all well. On today's video, we'll be looking at the weekly analysis for the upcoming week. Since we had NFP, so I'll be looking on the setups. We'll be looking on the potential anticipations of the market during the upcoming week. Today is the 12th of March. We had NFP on the 10th of March, Friday, a few days back. Currently, I'm looking at the US dollar index. So, as I said, I do not have TradingView installed. I'll look into using it in the future. Use it and foresee the market, especially on dollar index. So, I've already analyzed and I saved this image. So, looking at the dollar index on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we had negative news on NFP. You see this impulse there. Sorry, this big red candlestick there, it was the NFP candlestick. So from there we have a strong support level. Price have been respecting this demand zone. Even after that big candle, price still respected this zone. So anticipated that there are more buyers who came in here, since they've been buyers multiple times across this US dollar index. So with this said, dollar index is positive. You understand what I'm saying? Dollar index is positive. Buyers came in here and they are looking to take out that resistance zone, break out of it, pull back, continue and take out that high. From there, we are looking to target 107. 107. I remember on the previous analysis I analyzed, and then I said if we break that 105.852, we are looking to target 107. Let's get into the other parts of the markets. Okay, looking at the USDJPY on the 4-hour time frame. Since I said that on the previous video, when the USD, or let me just do this, ne? UJ, meaning this is USDJPY. So when the USDJPY is bullish, then EU, which is Euro USD, it is bearish. You understand? So don't forget that. So looking at the USDJPY on the 4-hour time frame, looking at the daily, let's jump to the daily quickly. Price was high during the NFP time, at a peak price after breaking out the past 2 days before NFP. We had that pin bar breaking out of this resistance zone, and price just came to pull back further because sellers just came in there as the moving average, the 200 day moving average that acts as a resistance, was currently showing that the sellers are coming in there. So sellers came, price was oversold, and then now it came to pull back and test the previous zone. So now I'm anticipating that buyers came in there. We have more buyers coming in on this chart. So buyers have already came in there on this zone. You understand what I'm saying? Price has been respecting this demand zone for quite some time now. Price sold as we sell high and we buy low. Price respected this zone, and from here, that's when multiple traders took their buys. So currently for this week, we're looking for price to impulse to the upside and break this resistance at 135.343. From there, impulse a bit and pull back to test the previous breakout and continue and break also this resistance zone. So we're looking to break these two resistances. First target is at 137.918. So for someone like me, I'm not looking to take profit. You understand? Let's say, for instance, I haven't entered a trade here. Let's see, I had entered here. My stop loss was going to be somewhere there. I entered a buy. I was going to hold and hold and hold for days. When price reaches this zone, I take my stop loss from there. I put it here. As the price impulses to the upside, and then price break out of this zone, I take my stop loss from here. I put it there. After price, even when price break out of this resistance, I take my stop loss from here. I put it just below there. I just let it run. That's how I do it. I trail my stop. So this is what I'm anticipating on the USDJPY for this upcoming week. This week we have news. We on the USD we have core CPI news. So it's gonna be a big week. Taking a look at the Euro USD on the 4-hour time frame. On the Euro USD, since the dollar index is bullish, And then on the dollar index, this resistance is the demand of the dollar index. So it's vice versa, it's pair correlation. As you can see, the moving average is above price, meaning price will go down. Hence why price respected the supply zone. The rated moving average 200-day acts as a resistance. So price resisted just above there. After it broke, it resisted at that zone and failed to break. Now we have a bearish engulfing candle with a 4-hour bearish candlestick that closed. Sellers came in there, currently they are holding. So if you entered there, your stop loss should be somewhere around there. Currently you are nicely in profits. So I'm looking for price to move to the downside, break out of this demand zone, pull back, continue with the downtrend. You understand what I'm saying? So the first target for short-term traders is 1.052333. So for me, as I said, if I take some positions here on the euro, I'll be looking to just hold and trail my stop as the market moves to the downside. So the next target from the breakout of that zone at 5395 is the target at 1.04526. So that's the target that we're anticipating after we break out of that structure. Looking at the GBP USD on the 4-hour time frame, GBP USD on the 4-hour time frame, we had a impulse to the downside of this zone. Currently price broke out of that zone few days back. It broke out of this zone, impulse to the downside, buyers came in and it pulled back, tested the zone. Unfortunately, there were not enough sellers to take the market to the downside. Price broke out of this resistance because this zone was a demand zone. Price broke out of it, acted and came in to test it as a resistance, but unfortunately price broke out of it, making it a support zone, a demand zone. So that's when buyers got attracted and they came in taking this price to the resistance. It didn't tap on the resistance, it just tested the moving averages. It tested the moving averages. Currently price dropped and then it's back to the zone that it's on a sell territory, you understand? So from there it was high, so we sell high. So I'm looking for price to move from there, impulse to the downside, break out of this demand zone at 1.19262. From there, a little impulse to the downside and a pullback, then we continue with the downside. You understand what I'm saying? A continuation, and then the short-term target is at 1.18014. So this is what I'm anticipating on the GBP USD for the upcoming week. Let me look at it on the 1-hour time frame. Sorry about that. Price tested the resistance zone. It's on the sell territory. So this is actually a brilliant setup. Those who are trading GBP USD can just take their sell orders after confirmations, and then from here pull back, continuation. So I might be wrong. This could be a impulse, then we could have a pullback. Currently price could open with a bullish candle and just continue with the momentum to the upside. But currently price is not on a bull run, not on a bullish or on an uptrend, because there's a resistance there, there's a high there. Price haven't broken the high yet, so it's still maintaining a sell territory. So problem, price might impulse. As it impulse, currently there's a pullback, it might continue to the upside. Those are for buyers. When price break out of this resistance, then we'll have a pullback and then continue with the upside, with the continuation to the upside. So that's for the guys who are looking to buy GBP USD. Taking a look at the gold market. So on the gold, we had a W pattern, double bottom 1-2. Price broke out of the neckline, impulse to the upside, pulled back, broke out of this resistance zone, impulse with, this is the end candlestick from NFP, this huge 4-hour candlestick. Price broke out of that high at 118.58, broke out of it, and then currently is testing the resistance zone there. Currently price is testing the resistance zone, testing the previous breakout. So what I'm anticipating on the gold is that for price to impulse to the downside and break out of this demand zone, correct, pull back to the previous breakout, and from there an impulse or a drop like a rock to the downside to the target at 1832. From here we'll start to consolidate and then impulse more. Then our short-term target is at 1809. And then for me, I'm looking for us to break this a target demand zone and then continue with the downside. So for buyers, this might be an impulse, so you guys will be looking for a pullback. From here you take your buys and then impulse with the market to the upside. So the next possible target on the upside is 1889. So that's the first target after price pull back to the previous breakout. That's for buyers. Sellers, you know what the story is. We're targeting this short-term target 1809. Looking at the CADJPY Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen on the 4-hour time frame. So on this pair, the yen, I learned that the yen released their interest rates decision during the course of the week, this week that we are currently ending, and then the yen was negative, resulting in CAD being bullish. So currently the yen is still the interest rates are low, you understand? So meaning the JPY is selling and the CAD is buying. You understand what I'm saying? So on this case, we have a strong demand zone, currently a support zone. Price just impulsed out of that zone. Price impulsed out of this demand zone, making it a resistant and pulling back to test the previous breakout and just dropping just to make sure it tests the previous breakout or the demand zone from here. Price have been maintaining the demand zone. It just dropped and then currently maintaining the demand zone. So we're looking to buy here, stop loss just below this zone. From here we're buying, impulse to the upside, break out of this resistance zone, pull back, impulse and break this high, break this resistance. So we're looking to break this high and target new highs. This is what I'm anticipating on the CADJPY. An impulse, break, pull back, continuation, breakout, and overall a breakout out of the $100.839 region. Taking a look at the AUD USD on the 4-hour time frame. So the AUD USD have been on a downtrend for quite some time. Let me do this. The AUD USD have been on a downtrend for quite some time. Price have been maintaining a downward trend for some time now. The NFP news, we had a negative AUD USD. So this is the movement of the NFP. We had a pin bar here testing the resistance zone, failing to break, maintaining the downtrend. So if you took a sell here, your stop loss should be somewhere above the resistance. So the first target is at 0.65646. So I'm looking for AUD to break this zone. You understand? To break this zone, as it already broken this zone, just to break it fully and then come out of this zone, showing to us that it is fully on a sell territory. You understand what I'm saying? So from here, impulse, a pullback to this zone is likely, and then you continue with the downtrend. So the first target, this one is going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one. Looking at the daily chart, on the daily chart, on the daily chart, we have pin bar candlesticks. So these candlesticks, they are messengers. So for me, they are showing me that price has been consolidating and looking for an impulse to the downside. Something like this candlestick could appear on this downward trend that is occurring currently. So for buyers, so this is where we were waiting for a bullish candle. When the bullish candle come, you take your buy, stop loss just below the demand zone, breaking this resistance. After it breaks, you're looking for an impulse, a pullback, take more buy positions, and impulse to the upside. This is your first target. From here we have a break, pull back, take more buys, and then the long-term target is at 0.68536. That's for buyers. For sellers, we're looking to break this zone, impulse, and then after a pullback, that's where we take our sell positions. So the first target is at, let's see, the first target is at 0.63893. That's our first target on the AUD USD. Taking a look at the NZDUSD, so I decided to add the CADJPY AUDUSD and the NZDUSD for those of you who love those pairs. On the NZDUSD, we had a strong structure here. It failed to maintain the bullish momentum on this zone or to respect this demand zone. Price eventually broke out with a spike, currently pulling back to test. It tested the previous zone, previous breakout 0.61727. From here sellers came in, they sold, and then stop loss is above there, the resistance. So currently sellers are in profit. So price, I'm looking for price to move down and break this demand zone. From here, impulse, pull back, and then a continuation to the downside. Taking a look at the US 100, aka Nasdaq, aka US Tech, looking on the 4-hour time frame. When you go back, price was on a bullish momentum from there. It failed, broke out of this low, impulsed, pulled back, continued at the downside, and broke out of this zone, showing us there's more sells coming in. The momentum of the downtrend is coming in. The moving average is above, meaning price is going down. Price broke out of that zone, impulsed, currently pulled back. It pulled back to that zone, so sellers came in there. Their stop loss is above there. So currently this market is dominated by sellers. So from here, sellers came in, took the market to the downside. Some of the target is here. This is the first target, 11,813. So some short-term traders have already took their profits. So currently I'm looking for price to drop, break out of this structure, out of this low 11,787, impulse to the downside a bit, and pull back on the previous breakout. From there, continue with the downtrend. So, or the continuation to the downside, yes. So that's what I'm having for the upcoming week. This week we have USD core CPI event. It's going to be a volatile event. We will see the market moving crazy. So I'm anticipating that we might get a break out of this 350-day moving average, the green moving average. Then the next target could possibly be at 11,551. This is a short-term target. The long-term target could be at 11,244.9. Considering that we have CPI news, and the CPI on the USD moves crazy, guys. So that's what I have. Happy trading and have a grateful week. Have a wonderful week. Cheers.